So hello, everybody is watching it wherever you are. And hello here again. This is a weekly session that is starting every Thursday at 6 in the afternoon, the evening, in which we're going to go through a practice of pranayama and meditation. So this session will be divided to two parts. The first part will be pranayama, which will be different breathing exercises, different breathing practices that come from the yoga tradition. We're going to work gradually. We start with the very basics and then slowly deepen them, expand them. So you can always later come back to those early practices if you'd like. And then the second part will meditate, and I'll explain what that means when we get to it. All right, let's kind of pay attention for a moment to our postures, our seated position. So I recommend sitting upright. I'm sitting on a meditation cushion. You can sit on a folded blanket or a towel, maybe put a book or two, and then on top of it, something soft. Whatever that helps you sit cross-legged comfortably. If that doesn't feel right, sit on the chair or find another position. No worries. This is a very useful position, but it's not the only position possible. All right, relax the shoulders a bit and neck. And we'll start by just preparing our breath so the breath can feel a little bit more open, spacious, easy. We're starting to learn how to breathe better. So for that, we want to move different areas of the body along with the breath. We want to move it well, whatever that means. We start with the belly. So we get two hands to very close to the belly and barely touching the belly. We can do it with the eyes open or closed, whatever is more comfortable for us. And start doing a few big belly breaths. So breathe in, let the belly expand to your hands. You can feel it with your hands maybe. Breathe out, let the belly move away from the hands and into your center again. And inhale, expand. Exhale, we draw the belly in. We want to do it with a sense of ease and lightness, nothing exaggerated, nothing big. And what we're doing here, those are natural patterns of breathing. We're not doing anything special. We're just giving the natural pattern, the natural process of breath, more space to move, less restriction. Take another breath or two and see if you can really feel comfortably breathing with the belly. That might take a while, some patience. Try to breathe through your nose, very important if you can. Great. From here, you can move your hands and place them on the outer lower side ribs there. See where I'm putting them more or less. And inhale, breathe into the ribs like an accordion. Exhale, the ribs drop back in. The hands are not pushing or pulling, just as feeling movements. Inhale. The hands are sensing the movement, and exhale. And we want to do it also with ease. This is another natural pattern of breath. The diaphragm, the main muscle of breathing, is attached to the lower ribs, and it moves them whether we are aware of it or not. We're just giving it more space, more freedom to move. Great, you can still keep moving the belly. And the last part, which might be a little bit more difficult, is the chest. You can relax one hand back into your belly, barely touching the belly, just lightly. Another hand on top of the chest. Inhale, breathe into your belly, breathe into the side ribs. See if you can lift the breath up into the chest. You might feel a bit of lifting or opening of the chest. Exhale, let everything sink back down. Inhale, belly, ribs up into the chest. Exhale, let everything drop back down. If you can't move the chest at all, no worries. It takes a while to figure that out. It's a good reminder now that when we work with the breath, we work with zero tension or strain. Should feel quite an easy, relaxed practice, unlike maybe other practices where it might be useful to challenge ourselves physically, mentally. Please do not challenge yourself when it comes to breath, not physically, not mentally. If you keep doing the practices with a sense of ease, they will expand, they will progress, but very important, otherwise those practices might backfire. Please make sure that's a priority. Stay calm, relax, no matter what. You can remove your hands back down to your knees or thighs. And I want to ask you to now breathe in some sort of pattern, movement, order of movement to those areas. So let's start from the bottom up and then move from the top down. What does it mean? Breathe all the way out through your nose. Inhale, start with the belly, expand it, then move into those outer ribs, and then arrive at the chest. Pause for a second, full of breath. And then breathe out. Chest empties first, then the side ribs drop in, then the belly comes last. Pause at the end of the exhale. Feel the emptiness of breath. And again, inhale, belly, outer ribs, chest. Pause just a second or two, feel it. Breathe out, chest first, outer ribs, and then belly last. Pause for a second, feel that. And then without pausing, inhale, belly, outer ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, outer ribs, belly. And see if you can move the breath a few times like that, moving in order from the bottom up as you inhale and from the top down as you exhale. You can do it with your eyes closed or open. I want you to feel what it feels like. I want to notice what it feels like to breathe in this specific way. You might realize you need to extend the breath a little bit longer than the natural breath. Extend it to a few seconds to actually be able to move through all these areas. That's a good thing. So let the breath extend as much as you can with ease, with lightness, with calmness. Great. And then before we come back to this pattern of breath, moving in different directions, up and down and up, and so on, let's talk for a moment about the Ujjayi Pranayama. It's a special practice that requires first breathing through the nose, then contracting the muscles around the gluteus, so that's the throat area. And when we do that, we create a hissing sound. Now, even if you are not aware of all this anatomy of whatever I'm talking about, don't worry about it. You're all familiar with this action of blowing steam on a mirror or glass. You're all familiar with telling somebody to whisper in their ear, hello, hello. So that's the thing that we do when we want to create this hissing sound. But we do it when we breathe in yoga with the mouth closed through the nose via a very long sound in and out. Let's do it a few times as we breathe out, and then see if you can also do it as we breathe in. You can do it with your eyes open and closed, whatever you prefer. So breathe in through your nose, and then long, soft, hissing, whispering sound as you breathe out. And again, breathe in comfortably. And then the soft ujjayi sound as you breathe out. Very soft. Try it again once or twice. And if you can at some point do the same sound as you breathe in as well, you can add that. It's a bit more difficult. You got to figure out when the time is right for that. A very useful breath. It has a lot of benefits. I'm not going to go too much into them. You can always later read about it, Google it, or look at one of my website. There's some information there. But for our practice that we do today, it really helps us extend the breath, regulate the rhythm and length of breathing. Great. And do it a few more times, and then we're going to add that to the previous one. And we're going to see if we can move the breath this time from the top down as we breathe in, and then from the bottom up as we breathe out. Let's try that. Let's breathe all the way out. Ujjayi if you can. Inhale, start with the chest, then the outer ribs, finish with the belly, the end of the inhale. Pause. Breathe out, belly first, outer ribs second, and you finish the exhale with the chest. Pause. How does that feel? And again, inhale, chest first, then outer ribs, then belly. Pause. Exhale, belly first, then outer ribs, then chest last. Pause. Continue without pausing. Inhale from the top down, slow the breath, ujjayi if you can. Exhale from the bottom up, slowly with the ujjayi sound. Ujjayi means to master. It takes a long time to master this kind of breath. As you move in that order, in that direction, breathing this way, you can feel what it's like. Maybe it feels different than the previous one. You have the two options you can choose. Take one more breath and then reverse it again to what we did a moment ago. So next time you breathe in now, you go from the bottom up. So next time you breathe in, belly first, then side ribs, finish with the chest, then breathe out, chest first, outer ribs, and you finish with the belly. So now you taste it, continue like that. You tasted those two ways of moving breath, up and down or down and up. And later on, you can just decide what works best for you. And some practices require a specific way, and some practice requires what feels best for you. Most important thing, you make a decision, deliberate, conscious decision, how to breathe, how to move the breath up and down the spine, along the spine. Great. And then we're going to bring the breath into a time frame. You can relax the breath for a moment, sit with your eyes closed, feel the sensations of what we did so far. If you ever need to change your position, feel free to change whatever you need. Don't go into pain or discomfort for these practices. So we're going to put the breath in a time frame. We're going to start making the breath even. So inhale, exhale, same length, same duration. We're going to use a count of 4, which for most people is accessible, is available. If you feel 4 is too long for you, you can do less. And after a moment doing that, we're going to turn this into a square-shaped breath. We're going to inhale for 4, hold the breath for 4, then breathe out for 4, and then hold the breath for 4. So it looks like a square, right? Let's try that for a few times. You can use the Ujjayi breath, and I highly recommend conscious, deliberate movement of breath along the spine, either up and down or down and up. So breathe all the way out through your nose. Start whenever you're ready. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more times on your own. Count to yourself. Great. And when you finish, relax the breath for a moment. And we're going to do the same thing now into a square shape in just a moment. Relax the breath. Relax your shoulders, your neck, your face. Remind yourself, when it comes to breathing, no strain, calm state, light and easy. That's all. You want to actually enjoy breathing. It should be a very pleasant practice. Here we go. Whenever you're ready, breathe out through your nose. You can use the Ujjayi sound if you can. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Continue on your own, please. Count yourself mentally. And take a few more of these rounds. Very powerful pattern, but we need to give it time. It takes a while, some repetition to feel the calming effect, the soothing effect of this practice. Two more rounds. If count of 4 is too difficult, I already mentioned it, reminding you can do count of 3, count of 2, just keep things even, square shape. And we finish the last round after we hold the breath out, empty, and then we relax the breath and sit quietly for a moment with our eyes closed and just observe, see how it feels. Relax the breath and let the breath be quiet, soft, easy. So reminder, this is already, it's not an official meditation practice yet, what we're doing here, but it is one of the preparations for meditation. So you might notice the mind gets distracted, right? Take some focus, and focusing is not always easy. How do you work with a distracted mind? You're just aware of that. And once you're aware of the mind in the distracted mode, there's some potential to start again, to refocus, come back to this exercise we're doing. So really, it's all about being aware that you're distracted, right? We'll come back to it later when we meditate. All right, let's put the breath in a different time frame. Let's start working on extending the exhales. So we're going to start breathing slowly and slowly out in relationship to the inhale. All right, it's a bit of mathematics, those practices. I'll guide you through it. We'll gradually increase it and see where it takes us. Let's get ready. I'm going to breathe in 4, breathe out 4, and then slowly increase it and eventually get to inhale 4 and out 8. And I'll even give you an option to increase that if you like. So here we go. Breathe out to both sides of the nose. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Let's increase it. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A bit more. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3. Slowly. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Repeat that one more time. Count to yourself. If you feel like you can increase it more, increase it to 8 right away. So inhale 4, exhale 8. If it's too much for you, stay within inhale 4 and exhale 6, please, okay? Take 2 or 3 rounds of whatever works for you. Noticing what you do naturally, intuitively to extend the exhale, what muscles activate, how the breath alters gently, slightly. It comes organically. We don't have to think about it, but it's good to be aware of it. If you feel inhale 4, exhale 8 is really easy for you, you can go to inhale 5, exhale 10, and try that for a moment. Only if it's easy. The moment you feel strain or tension, you back off. You make it easier. You can inhale 4, exhale 6. You can inhale 4, exhale 8. You can inhale 5, exhale 10. You have all these options. You can also stop the exercise and take rest. And only for those of us who find it really easy, I'm going to give you one last option for the last few rounds. Inhale 6, exhale 12. Only if you find the previous ones really easy, you can go for that. And let's all take, let's say, 3 more rounds. Try to be still and calm. The only thing that moves is the breath. The body is in very still, calm mode, if possible. And the next round will be the last round. And it ends at the end of the exhale. When you finish breathing out, whatever length it is, relax the breath and sit quietly for a moment with your eyes closed and just observe sensations. Great. And then we're going to do our last breathing practice, right? And everything we do here is kind of like preparations or preliminary practices that will take us later on to more deeper practices within the same kind of ranges. And this one that we're going to do now involves moving the breath from one side of the nose to the other. So first we're going to move it from the right side out to the left a few times. That's called Surya Vedana, Pranayama, sun-piercing breathing practice. And then we'll do it from the left to the right a few times. That's called Chandra Vedana, moon piercing breathing practice. And then we're going to alternate from one side to the other, which is called Nadi Shuddhi, or sometimes Anuloma Viloma. There's different names, different traditions. So how are we going to do that? We're going to use the right hand, and you don't have to use the right hand, you can use your left hand, it doesn't matter. Traditionally, right hand, and we're going to do a mudra called Vishnu Mudra. There are other names to that. Mrigi Mudra, other names, which is we take the two middle fingers and bend them. See, the middle finger and the index finger, and we put the hand under the nose like that. So the thumb can open and close the right nostril. You can take off the glasses if you need. And the other fingers will open and close the left nostril. Now, if this doesn't feel comfortable, do it in any other way. This is really symbolic. It helps, but it's not necessary. The other hand, you can just rest on your knee, or you can do Jnana Mudra, which is kind of a circle with the thumb and index finger. And that's traditionally how it's done. Place it down on your knee this way. It's just optional. Sit upright, relax your shoulders. If you feel the right shoulder is tense, use your left hand under the elbow to create support. That's another option. Otherwise, rest your left hand on your knee. Great. You can do it with your eyes open and closed. Let's breathe out from both sides of the nose. Release the ujjayi, no ujjayi. Close the left. Inhale through right. All the way. Close the right. Open the left. Breathe out through the left. Let's do it again. Finish the exhale. Close the left. Open the right. Breathe in through the right. Close the right. Open the left. Breathe out through the left. Again. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. Two more times. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. And one last time. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. Please keep the right hand in this mudra and put it right on top of your heart. With your eyes closed, just observe for a moment the sensations after this short practice of Surya Vedana Pranayama. Remember, no ujjayi breath. The throat is relaxed and open. And let's get ready for the second practice, moving from the left to the right. And open your eyes if you need. Bring the hand near the nose again. Breathe out to both sides of the nose. And close the right. Inhale to the left. Close the left. Open the right. Breathe out to the right. Close the right. Open the left. Breathe in through the left. Close the left. Open the right. Breathe out to the right. Continuing. Inhale through the left. Exhale to the right. Two more times. Inhale to the left. Exhale to the right. Inhale to the left. And exhale to the right. When you finish breathing out to the right, keep your right hand as it is and rest it on your heart for a moment. Close your eyes and pay attention to sensations. We'll continue in just a moment to this last practice, moving the breath from one side of the nose to the other, back and forth, alternate nostril breathing. Two things to remind you: if your nose is blocked for whatever reason, there are two things you can do. One, don't close the opposite side all the way. Keep it a little bit open, and it's still, you get most of the benefits of the practice. So you can, instead of pushing all the way, push partially. And if it doesn't work, just skip the practice for today. Please don't struggle with breathing this way. Not worth it. And when you push the nose, push it on the soft part of the nose on the side there, not on the bony part, not all the way down in the bottom, right in the middle between them. Find a nice soft area to press gently, gently. All right, let's get ready. We start with the left side now. So breathe out through both sides. Close the right. Inhale through the left. Breathe all the way to the top of the nostril if you can. Close the left, open the right, breathe out to the right. Great. We're going to keep the right open now. Whenever you're ready, we're going to breathe in through the right, all the way to the top of the nostril. And close the right, open the left, and breathe out to the left. Inhale to the left. Close the left, open the right, breathe out to the right. Keep the right open, inhale to the right. Close the right, open the left, and breathe out to the left. Please continue like that on your own. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. On your own rhythm, at your own rhythm. Inhale to the right, exhale to your left. If that's very easy, add that even rhythm, even steady rhythm. So inhale for the count of 4 to one side, exhale for the count of 4 on the other side. So you can add that component as well, that layer. Inhale, exhale, moving the breath from one side of the nose to the other, maybe keeping that even, steady flow of breath. Do it a few times like that. Keep the breath really soft and easy. And if it's still quite easy for you, this thing, you can do the square shape. So keeping the pattern of moving the breath from one side to the other, the even, steady 4 count in, 4 count out, but also holding the breath in for the count of 4, holding the breath out for the count of 4. And this is starting to get a bit more challenging, so make sure it's the right thing to do. You might need to be patient and wait with that for later. Stay really calm, relax no matter what. Continue counting to yourself gently, lightly. Wonderful. And last thing, I'm going to give you an option, make it really difficult or somewhat difficult, is adding the last thing we did, which is the extension of the exhale. So you continue moving the breath from one side of the nose to the other. Inhale for the count of 4, holding for the count of 4. Exhale for the count of 6 or 8, holding for the count of 4. Inhale for the count of 4, holding for the count of 4. Exhale for the count of 6 or 8, and then holding for the count of 4. Very challenging for most of us. Please only do that if you have experience in pranayama, and this is something you can do with ease. Otherwise, ignore my suggestion, please. We'll take another minute, and then we'll conclude our pranayama practice. Right. So great. You can slowly relax, let the breath out on the left side, and then relax and let it go. Sit quietly for a moment with your eyes closed and see if you can feel any effect with this practice whatsoever. Whatever you can notice, don't look for something specific. Let things be as they are, just pay attention. Great. Before we start a meditation practice. If you need to stretch your legs, change position, we're going to try, and of course, we're not going to be rigid about it, but we're going to try to hold a steady position when we meditate. This is very helpful to find stillness in the body and maintain this. Of course, if you feel uncomfortable, you feel some pain, discomfort, feel free to change a position whenever you need it. Please change position mindfully. So how do we do that? First, we notice there is discomfort. We focus on that discomfort for just a few seconds, no longer than that, just noticing what it is, right? And then we move mindfully, change position, do the minimum amount of movements that you need to find a better position, more comfortable, and then come back to your meditation practice. All right, this is how we do it. But if you can, stay still. All right, let's start with the eyes closed. Close them slowly, very softly. You can blink them a few times. Close them. And again, relax the shoulders, the neck, the face, the jaws, the tongue. And in this practice now, we're going to keep the breath natural, quiet, soft. But we will see if we can still breathe through the nose, even though we're not lengthening the breath, we're not doing anything with the breath, not holding the breath, of course. But we still want the breath to move in and out of the nose if we can. So keep the lips gently together. The first part of our meditation practice will be about settling the mind a little bit, calming the mind, and creating a little bit more of what is called sometimes meditative concentration or dharana, right? This is part of the yoga practice that requires us to concentrate or focus the mind or attention on one thing, which is not stimulating, and see if we can hold that or fix our mind there with time for longer and longer stretches of time. So it's a practice that requires repetition, just like going to the gym, going for getting in shape, going running. It doesn't happen if you do it once. You have to keep on doing it. And with time and the right attitude, it will improve naturally, right? So what's the right attitude? We want to do this practice just like the previous one with a very calm, restful state of mind. So please rest your attention on the breath. Just notice the air moving in and out of your body, through your nose. You can feel the air coming in if you pay attention. You can feel the air touching the skin as it comes in, inside of the nose, the entrance to the nose, whatever it is. You can feel the air coming out and the sensations of that. Just noticing the sensations of breathing. And set the intention to keep attention fully on the breath and not miss or not skip any breath, any cycle of breath. Every time a breath comes in, you're there to witness. Every time a breath comes out, you're there to witness that. Just feel it resting in that state of awareness of breath. Now, here's an important thing in this practice. It's just a question of time until the mind gets distracted. We start thinking about this or that, or attention goes outward to sounds or sights or smells or whatever it is that distracts us externally. Anything may happen that will remove our attention from the breath somewhere else. It's a very natural pattern of human mind. In most of our lives, we are in a distracted mode, just lost in thoughts without noticing that we're thinking. So this is a very important moment in this practice. When you get distracted, it's a good thing. Your job then is to notice that. And whenever you can, notice that. Whenever you notice that, just notice that. Make the choice. And then just for a few seconds, not longer, don't get stuck on it. Notice this experience of being lost in thought or being distracted. How does it feel? How does it feel physically, mentally, whatever it is? And after just a few seconds, noticing what happens to that thought or state of mind of being distracted when you notice it. What happens to it? Does it stay the same? Does it change? So you notice that for just a few seconds, and then you come back to the breath and you start again without frustration, without disappointment. There's nothing that went wrong. It's just right. This is the practice. So you start with the breath. Your intention is there. You try to stay with the breath without working hard, with a restful attitude. Just resting your attention on the breath. Nothing to do. It's quite easy. Relax there. But at the same time, just a matter of time, you get distracted. Notice that for a few seconds. Come back to the breath. This is the practice of meditative concentration. Without that, impossible to move towards the higher levels or higher stages of meditation. Let's take another couple of minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, and just work on that on our own quietly. Notice your breath. Start there. So we are working on stealing our attention a bit, our mind, but also developing the capacity of noticing when we're distracted. Both are equally important. If you're feeling pretty comfortable with this practice, not too much distraction, start opening your attention a bit wider and wider, noticing your body in different locations, noticing how it feels there, the sensations in the palm of your hands, Take a moment noticing that. After a moment noticing that, you can notice sensations at your feet, in the belly, moving from there, anywhere else in the body that you can notice clearly. So we take the last few minutes of this practice just to go through the body and just for a second or two, maybe three, in each area, feeling that area, noticing what we can notice, just on a physical level, nothing beyond that. And moving on to another area. So again, we're working with our awareness, getting to notice our body more, but also very important, we don't get stuck. We don't hold on to one area. We remove biases or preferences. We just move from one area to the other with a bit of detachment, just like observing, noticing what we can notice and moving on. Whether what we notice is pleasant or unpleasant or neutral, doesn't matter. It gets the same response, noticing and moving on. So you can do that. If you feel too distracted, it's distracting you with this practice more, and you feel it's impossible to focus, go back to the breath and work on that more today. Whatever works for you. Everything you do, please try to do in a calm state of mind. If you lose that, and you cannot come back to it, just stop the practice. Not worth it. Just going to take another moment or two to bring this practice to a close, an end. Just noticing whatever you can notice, body, your breath, state of mind, whatever it is, anything that's happening right now in the present moment. Wonderful. You can slowly bring your hands together in front of your heart, lowering the chin. Anjali Mudra, it's a symbolic gesture. And just close the practice in any way that feels right, whatever you want to, whatever intention you want to set for the rest of the evening, rest of the day, whatever comes up naturally here. Wonderful. All right. Thank you. Thank you wherever you are. If you're here, have a wonderful rest of the evening, and hope you can come again next week and continue this process of deepening these very important parts of yoga that don't get much attention. All right. Bye-bye.